Right, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing now. Oh god. Yeah. Be prepared for an incredibly sad episode. Episode? I don't call these things episodes, I call them parts. Oh dear. This is what the dread of expectation is doing to me. Because we're going to Exire. The city in Symphonia. All I can say is that this is just so depressing. It's like unreal. And I mean seriously unreal, it's just... Aww. Now there's a pretty big reason that we've come to Exire here. And there's a specific reason why I'm generally having Raine as the lead character. It's because we are about to learn something quite terrible. It's like really depressing. Now, what's quite surprising is that the track for Exire isn't on the OST. The track itself is apparently called Forgotten City. But, yeah, it's not on the OST, which is why I was like, just for a little second, like, what the hell? But yes, Virginia is here. Virginia, Raine and Genis' mother. We're about to find out the truth. Now I have to say, I don't like being in Exire all that long, because it's very depressing. Like, very stupidly ultra depressing to be here. It's just the music. And it's just got a real kind of solitary feel. It's broken up by the Wonder Chef jingle. But yeah. Now, though, I seem to recall when I first played the game, I was under the impression from some guide that I was using at the time that after I had come to done this side quest, Exire would disappear forever. That's not the case. Because basically, Exire changes location every time you go to the world map. So, once you leave, it will change places, but it will always be on the map. You can only do this particular side quest on disc 2, and technically I probably should have done it a little bit later, because you'll see a skit that won't make any sense, because we're doing the side quest now. But yeah. Exactly. Oh, poor Colette. Then again, I say poor Colette, what's about to happen to Raine is a lot worse. Choo Choo. Oh, what a cute name.
You'd best avoid that place.
Why?
There's an elf woman who lives there, and she's a bit of a strange one.
It can't be. Mother is in this house?
Here we go.
Who's there? Excuse us. I have something I would like to ask you.
Oh, half-elves. My child is a half-elf too.
It's a doll.
See? She has such an intelligent-looking face, doesn't she? Her name is Raine. She's my pride and joy.
Huh? She has the same name as... It can't be.
Right now, I have another child on the way. I've already decided on a name. If it's a girl, it's Jean. If it's a boy, it's Genis. What do you think? Aren't they lovely names?
What? Then...
Are you Virginia?
Yes, that's right. How did you know?
Stop this!
Professor Sage!
Stop this! What were you thinking? Do you know what happened to the two of us since you abandoned us? What? Why are you raising your voice like that? You'll wake Raine! I'm Raine! I'm the daughter you shunned and abandoned, not that doll! Genis is here too! What are you talking about? There must be something wrong with you. You're the one that's wrong! How could you? How could you? Oh, now you've gone and made Raine cry. Please leave. There. It's okay, Raine. The scary people have gone now. Don't cry.
Raine?
How could she? First she abandons her children, and then she abandons the memory of doing so. She doesn't even remember us.
Raine, don't cry.
So, you met Virginia.
Why is she here?
Several years ago, I found a husband and wife collapsed of exhaustion in the Ymir forest. It was Virginia and her husband, Cloyts.
Father.
It seems Cloyts was dispatched from Meltokio to investigate the elf village. He fell in love with Virginia and remained in Heimdall, but
But a half-elf that lived in the village tried to sell out our father to the soldiers. It became a huge incident. Fighting broke out between the elves and half-elves.
the cause of the incident, Virginia's family, was banished from the village. They traveled from land to land, but the world was not kind to half-elves.
And we were abandoned.
So it would seem. And Cloyts must have been ill, for he died soon after they arrived in this village. Virginia began to lose her mind from that day.
She's unbelievably selfish. She tosses us aside on a whim, and then forgets us, and just goes off into her own little world of dreams.
Even so, Virginia was worried about you two. In the legendary land of Sylvarant, surely half-elves will be free from discrimination. I want them to be happy. That's what she said.
I've heard enough!
I've been keeping Virginia's diary safe here. You can come get it at any time if you ever decide you want it.
Poor Raine. What's even worse is that I had to sit through that cutscene twice when recording. Because of recording failure, yay. It's just like, oh god. I mean, because I get quite sort of attached to these characters. I think it's just sort of the way I kind of, because I invest myself in, well, I try to invest myself in the world and the characters. And that really kind of was, that was quite heartbreaking when I first saw
Professor,
it.
This is...
The otherworldly gate has opened. Raine, Genis, please forgive your powerless mother. Surely even the Imperial Research Academy will not follow you to Sylvarant. This must be a better choice than to spend your life in that damp, filthy dungeon like a slave. Please, make your way to freedom.
What did she mean?
Raine, you must have been incredibly talented. It seems the Imperial Research Academy was dying to get its hands on you.
That's why we couldn't settle down anywhere and had to keep traveling.
Eventually, you were chased all the way to the otherworldly gate. It seems she managed to send you through it.
Mother.
Then she didn't abandon us because we were in the way, or that she hated us or anything.
Yes, that's right.
Raine, this is great news!
This diary.
Take it with you. It is your mother's, after all.
Thank you.
And so that side quest is over, and we've learnt at least some more about Raine. I think it's really nice to sort of see characters when they react like that. Sort of, it's just like, it suggests that they are like, they've got real emotions and they act like real people, even though they're clearly not. They're clearly fictionalized creations. But I think sort of moments like that just make it quite human. Which is a bit racist because they're half-elves, I know, but you get the gist of it, don't you? It makes everything quite relatable, which is always a good thing in video games, which are generally filled with characters that you can't associate with. I mean, hi XR again. I don't think I can pull up a video game right now that is an example of it, but like, I mean, I guess like in Mario is like, there's nothing about Mario that you connect with, really. He's a fat plumber who goes and saves a princess. There's nothing kind of relatable about him. I think it's mainly a thing of RPGs, generally. Although, then again, those are the ones that have the story and the impactful story, and they desperately try to make the world and the characters seem quite amazing and realistic. Well, not realistic, but sort of relatable. And I think that's sort of something that I like in games, is that when I can relate to characters. I think one of the reasons that Final Fantasy XIII irritated me to no end was because all the characters seemed so archetypal and so predictable that there was no sort of level of connection. I mean, if I'd kind of... You've got to, for a character sort of to be likeable, they've got to have some sort of relatability. So in here you've got Lloyd, who's courageous and noble-hearted and stuff, but he's got flaws as well. He makes mistakes, and he doesn't like to see people hurt. And then you've got Regal, who punishes himself insanely, but he's still quite respectable and stuff. I don't quite know what I'm blathering on about, but I hope you kind of get me drift. But it's one of the reasons I absolutely adore Tales of Symphonia, because the characters are amazing. I mean, Tales of the Abyss has got quite awesome characters as well, especially Jade. Any characters that can basically be a sarcastic dickwad for the entire game and still be likeable is a good character by me. I mean, I'll have to try and pull up some of the quotes, but some of them are just amazing. But so that's the end of the revenge. They've got their revenge on Vali. I do kind of wish there was a bit of a fight there, but I suppose that would have been a bit too much to ask to break up all of the cutscenes that kind of follow through this segment. And also Vali kind of just dies quickly in a sewer. I mean, I guess it's quite fitting for that kind of character. He's not very important. He is just a vile human being, so it's just fitting that he dies stupidly quickly in a sewer, I guess. So, we're back in Mel Tokyo. What we need to do is probably just grab a few items. That might be an idea. But yeah, basically what we've got to do is we've got to head up to the castle. Now, don't be a stupid idiot like I did on my first recording of this and just go straight to the chapel or the cathedral. If you've been doing the Kratos side quests, if you run up to the castle, then you can get this cutscene here. We can't just ignore it. Why would we ignore it? It's been important. Let's follow him. I mean, I was just like, on my first recording when I missed that, I was just like, no! Oh well. No, why would we fight here? It's a town, city, kingdom. We kind of need more space to battle. It'd be really nice if you could just sort of just tell us stuff. Be useful, you know? We're gonna try and cure it right now, so... Ugh. Yeah, let's get on it. So, let's save up, and then it's time to go... sort our standings out with the royal family and the Pope. This should be fun.